After years of disagreements, Lefebvrians could be a step closer to reconciling with the Vatican. Last year, in mid-September, the Vatican said it would welcome the traditionalist group back into the Catholic Church if it agreed to several points of doctrine. Now, 7 months later, Lefebvrians have issued their response. Even though the details have been kept private, the Vatican spokesman describes it as encouraging. The response is being evaluated by the Vatican, but the final decision will be made by Benedict XVI. It's described as a key moment for relations between the Vatican and the Society of St. Pius X. The movement was founded back in 1970 by Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre, who broke away from the Church after strongly opposing the teachings of the Second Vatican Council. The group says it now has a presence in 31 countries, including 500 priests and 200 seminarians. The majority of its followers are in France.
In reality, there are around 100,000 people in France, which is very few because, as you may know, in France we have around 5 million people who go to Mass each Sunday. So the Lefebvrianists are very few, and their priests are around 250, which is 2% of the French clergy. So it's a very, very, very small movement, and it's a very, very typical French movement.
According to the Vaticanist, a French Catholic newspaper named La Croix, different factors, not just religion, played a role in the movement.
You have to understand that this is before all a political movement, before to be a church movement. They found their sources in the French big revolution 200 and more years ago, and from that time they decided that the world went crazy. So they decided to keep at that time, and for them this is the basic source. And so we could say that they want the king to be back, some of them. They decided that the democracy is a very bad thing, that the republic is not a good thing.
The controversy rose to its peak in 1989, when Archbishop Lefebvre decided to ordain 4 bishops despite the opposition of John Paul II. Lefebvre argued the action was justified, given what he described as a crisis in the Church. He, along with the 4 bishops, were soon excommunicated, but in the year 2009, Benedict XVI reversed it to facilitate the reconciliation. Now, to actually reunite, the group must agree to a series of points listed in a so-called doctrinal preamble, which would actually allow them to have legitimate discussions on the document formulations of the Second Vatican Council. The main problem, though, is that for years the traditionalist group has not accepted the Second Vatican Council nor the magisterium that's followed.
The Pope is preoccupied with the unity. It's part of his job. It's one of the main points for him. And he wants them to go back in the big house where all the people. And he knows that there are 4 bishops and that those 4 bishops may ordain other bishops. And then it's some kind of disease which may grow inside the church, so he wants them to go back.
Even if the Society of St. Pius X accepts the offer, some experts believe the controversy may continue, but this time within the traditionalist group. Some argue it's likely that some leaders of the group may oppose the terms of the reconciliation, which would cause a possible divide among its members. On May 1st, experience the first anniversary of John Paul II beatification with a unique celebration you won't forget. Be part of the first Rome Reports 2.0 event, a worldwide meeting online with images and stories of John Paul II. May 1st, 2012. Don't miss Rome Reports 2.0. Find out more on Facebook and Twitter.